You thought plug-and-play retro video game consoles were on the way out? Well, think again. It looks like at this year's E3 2019, we did get an announcement from Konami, and it looks like we have another plug-and-play with preloaded games on it. And I know a lot of you guys by now are probably tired of a lot of YouTubers talking about these retro plug-and-play systems because we've had so many over the last 3 to 4, 5 years. At this point, we had the NES, SNES Classic. We also had things like the PlayStation Classic, the upcoming Sega Genesis Classic, and some other ones thrown into the mix as well. So I don't blame you guys for being very tired of this news of more plug-and-play information, but I find these consoles very exciting, and honestly the one that they just announced a couple of hours ago prior to me making this video, I'm super excited for, and that's why I'm actually making this video. So the one that Konami just officially announced is going to be the Graphix 16 Mini, and I am super excited for this console to actually come out. Now it looks like this Graphix 16/PC engine is going to be coming out in Europe and North America and alongside Japan, so at least we are going to be getting it, so that's some very exciting news. I know a lot of people may have never heard of the Graphix 16/PC engine, but like I said, I'm a very big fan of this console. I love this console, so most likely I am going to be picking this thing up when this thing releases because I'm really excited to have this thing, and I think it's going to be good for TG16 because the Graphix or the PC engine is getting very old at this point, and who knows how long the consoles are going to actually age. So it's very exciting stuff to actually see that we are getting a brand new Graphix 16/PC engine mini that has preloaded games on it that plug into an HD TV. So they already announced some games that are going to be on the Graphix 16 Mini. Now it will vary from region to region, so keep this in mind if you're trying to buy this for yourself. First of all, let's go over some of the games. Let's start off with North America and Europe. Now when it comes to region, a lot of these games are going to be similar. So some games coming out, for instance, in North America will be coming out to the Japan audience. And also keep in mind, they do also make a thing called the Graphix CD. And it looks like a couple of these games are going to be Graphix CD games. And I know Graphix CD, if you want to buy one of those right now, they're kind of hard to find and they're kind of rare. So it is nice that they are kind of throwing those games in the mix. It's not just Graphix 16 games and PC Engine games. They are actually throwing in Graphix CD games in the mix as well. So first off, for North America and Europe, we do have things like R-Type, YZ Book 1 and 2, New Adventure Island, Ninja Spirit, Alien Crush, and Dungeon Explorer. And then for the Japan audience, we do have Bonk's Revenge, Dracula X, The Kung Fu China Wars, Yeezy 1 and 2, Superstar Soldier, and Dungeon Explorer. So you can see the list is pretty solid. One thing I'm very curious to see with the North American release of this Graphix 16 Mini is the fact that I didn't see Bonk's Revenge. And if you know anything about the Graphix 16/PC engine, the mascot for that platform was Bonk, and Bonk is a very big deal. If you played the Graphix 16, most likely you know what Bonk is. They made 2 or 3 Bonks games, and I am very familiar with those games, and I absolutely love Bonk's Adventure, Bonk's Revenge, Bonk 2, Bonk 1. I love those type of games. So that's very exciting stuff. Hopefully those games come to North America. If they don't come to North America, I am going to be quite sad about it because those are some games I do want to play on this Graphix 16 Mini. If not, I guess I could import the Japanese version because I just told you guys that Bonk's Adventure is going to be on the Japanese version of this. So that's very interesting. And then one game that is going to be on the North American and Europe version of the TG16 Mini is going to be Ninja Spirit, and I do know about Ninja Spirit, and Ninja Spirit is a very fun platformer on the Graphix. It almost reminds me of Ninja Gaiden in a lot of ways. It's basically a pretty good platformer. So overall, I'm very excited about this. And the cool thing is, at this year's E3 2019, they just announced this. They actually showed footage of this actual thing, so we did actually get to see what the actual hardware is going to look like when it comes to this thing. And overall, this thing does look pretty good, and it does kind of look like the original hardware, so I'm very happy about that. It looks like they're not messing up the design in any stretch of the imagination. And here's some more images of the actual Graphix 16 Mini that is coming out later in the future. Now, unfortunately, we did not get a release date for this thing, and on top of that, as far as I'm aware, we also did not get a price point for this thing. So who knows when this is actually releasing and when and how much this is actually going to cost when this actually officially releases on the market. But this is absolutely some very interesting news to know that a TurboGrafx 16/PC engine is going to be coming out in the near future, and this personally excites me as a gamer, as a retro video game enthusiast. Overall, I'm very excited about this. Who actually thought that Konami, out of all companies, was actually going to release the TurboGrafx 16 Mini? I don't think anyone expected this, just due to the fact that, well, the TurboGrafx 16 doesn't have as big of an audience as some of the Nintendo consoles and like the Sega consoles. So who would have thought in a million years this was absolutely going to be a real thing? But yes, it is a real thing, and it is confirmed, and this is some pretty exciting news. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.